In the last episode, I showed you this waterfall behind me and said that we need to bring that down as a river through the base. So I've started digging out and marking out where that river needs to go, and it's basically where all these dirt blocks are on the top. So what I need to do now is carry on digging it out, line the banks with mud and make the rivery thing. Okay, so we've dug it all out, we've filled it with water as you can see, and we've lined it with dirt, and we just need to turn all of that dirt into mud because it looks awful at the moment, but it'll look great when we turn it into mud. So we're going to do that. As you can see, it's not quite full up over there. We've got some waterfalls and a bit of water flow going down there. We're going to have to work out a little bit later, but let's go and do the mud thing. And this is pretty simple. All we've got to do is hold a water bottle and spam it under the water. Something else that goes really well with the mud is a bit of tuff, so we'll try and mix some of that in too. Something I really need to do is make it easier now to get from my storage over to the bubble vator, which is over in the corner there. I don't really want to have to swim through the river or jump across it every time. So what I want to do is put some lily pads on here, and I don't have any. So let's go and find some. I thought you could bone meal them. You can't bone meal them. We need to get some more. Or maybe we'll just use a couple of leaves. No, I think we're going to need more. I think we need more lily pads. So that's the river nearly all done. As you can see, we've been mixing in some other blocks, a bit of mossy cobble, and we've got some sugar growing alongside as well, just to give us a bit more foliage. We've also gifted some sea pickles, so we've been chucking those in too. And over in the corner here, things are coming along quite nicely too. I really love the way that vine dangles into the water there. It's great. And we built ourselves a little bridge, which I'm finding really useful to get over to the other side of the base, particularly as we've been pretty busy over there. So this bridge is just made with some campfires, some spruce trapdoors and spruce fencing, and it's really simple, but I love the way it looks. It's really good. And as you can see, it goes quite high over the river because the river is flowing down quite steeply at that point. And yeah, I'm really pleased with this corner of the base. It's coming along nicely. It leads over here to my skeleton spawner and tree farm that I've shown you previously, but I've started to make some changes to the skeleton spawner. So we've changed all the walls now to tinted glass so we can see in from all the way around, and I've moved the control levers to right here so that they're right next to each other, which makes things a little bit easier. And if I wander down here next to the tree farm, yep, we've put a staircase in because that's helpful. If I go around behind it, we've got a new monstrosity to show you. And that's this thing over here. And as you can see from all the warped and crimson stuff that's around it, this is our nether tree farm. This one is based on a design by Silent Whisperer. I'll post the links where you'd expect them to be, but I have made my own modifications to it. And I've fallen in a hole. So the main thing is at the back, I have made sure behind all the pistons, all the sticky pistons, you can just see them through there, we've got obsidian going all the way up and down the back of there, and we've moved this redstone staircase to the side, and that just makes sure that those pistons don't get pushed back when they shouldn't be. And around the front here we've put in a smart piston and another one over here which is a little bit wider, and that turns all of our warped and crimson stems into a lovely big cube for us to tear down and take to the shop to sell. The other thing I've put in here is a shifting floor of nylium or nelium, however you want to pronounce it, with a dispenser underneath that's chock full of bone meal. And so what that will do, if I jump down, what's the easiest way down? I can't get down that way. I've actually blocked it off so I can't get to it. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? Through here, that should do it. There we go, this is where we can turn it on and off, and we can collect all the goodies up here. So I haven't done a collection system for this. I figured I might as well just grab it and shove it all in my inventory, and that of course gives us all the mushrooms that we need to use on the stem farm. The way this works, by the way, it's just 4 hoppers going into each other with a single block, which is in that one there, and that just goes around all 4 hoppers, and we've got a comparator on 3 of those. So this one goes off to this row of pistons, this one over here goes off to that row of pistons, and this one goes off to our dispenser. So as the block goes round and round those 4 hoppers, these will each get triggered in turn, and it does the job for us. We can of course just swap out all of the crimson nelium for the warp stuff and use it to get the other mushrooms, or what I might do is just build exactly the same thing again over here, and then we've got 2 and we don't have to keep swapping the blocks over. But that's a job for a little bit later, because right now I want to concentrate on carrying on with the base decoration. We've made a lot of progress with the river itself, but the cave all around it, this needs a lot of work. Okay, we've done a pretty good job of extending this roof all the way down to there. We've got the roof down to this point where it's actually quite low, and if we look up here, there's a couple of things I want to preserve. So we've got our janky weird water here that just kind of stops flowing for no good reason, which I'd really like to keep. After all, who doesn't want a bit of cursed water in their base? And the other thing is, up there we can see daylight, and I thought it'd be nice to make a feature of that. So maybe we don't want the roof to come all the way over here, but we want to make a shaft that goes all the way up to the top. Okay, so I've created a circle of brick blocks up there, as you can see, stone bricks, and now we just need to extend that all the way up to the top. looks like I've broken the curse. The water is flowing all the way down. I mean, I was building that shaft and worrying about breaking a block that would break the cursed water anyway at some point. So now I don't have to worry about it anymore. I can just clear up the water. The source of the cursed water, by the way, is actually all the way up here at the surface. If I pop just down inside here, it's this bit here. This is it. This goes all the way down. So all I've got to do is get rid of that. And we can follow the water down for a bit. And there we are. We can see it updating gradually all the way down. No more water. I think that's enough of those time lapses, don't you? I'm going to finish this thing off and I'll bring you back when we're done. A few hours later and it's all done. So the next thing to do is to extend our cave ceiling across so that it meets up with our new hole. But I've been having a little think about that and I thought it might be a nice idea to have some block that's a little bit transparent so you can actually see the wider cave beyond. And that's why I've got these mangrove roots here. And I think this could work quite nicely, except for one thing. And that one thing is that these mangrove roots are pretty much the only ones I own in the game. So we need to get ourselves some more. I think this is beginning to look pretty good. It probably needs a little bit more block variety for texture because it's all the same at the moment. We can sort that out in due course. And we've got a lot of work to do to finish it off. While I've been doing that, I've also started swapping out all these many slabs we've got on the floor for a bit of mud and foliage. Let's not talk about how realistic or otherwise it is to have all this stuff growing in a cave. But we are fast running out of time for this episode, even though we've got a lot more work to do. So hopefully we'll get some of that done either off camera or on live streams before the next episode, or we might have to do a bit of it in the next episode. The end of the season is fast approaching, and I'd really like to get this base finished before then, so I better get on with it. It just leaves me to say thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got a lot done, haven't we, today? Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment and do all the things, and I'll see you next time. Bye.